All right, everybody. What's going on? It's Zach, back with another video. This one is a special edition, everybody. Special edition. We are actually on vacation right now up in the Northeast. Got super lucky and had some snow on Christmas Eve during the morning. So it was pretty nice when we went out to more of a woodsy area to spend some time with family. And there was snow on the ground, nice and chilly. But, that's not going to stop us. We're still going to get out there. We're still going to do some hypertrophy workouts and stimulate some gains out here. So I actually ended up doing, this is the pull day. I did a legs and a push, but those videos are going to have to come later because I wasn't able to get the footage over nicely onto my phone to edit, but this pull workout went just fine, so I'll go ahead and give you guys a rundown of what I was doing there in just a minute. So, the way I have this clip together is not the same order of exercises, even though I don't have my logbook with me, but I'm pretty sure our next macro cycle is going to be biceps first, just because I'm trying to prioritize them, because based on my physique, I feel like they're kind of a weak point that I want to bring up. So, we actually started with this right here, which was really interesting. It was super cool because it was really like a hardcore kind of workout. This is I'm trying to remember the brand. I think it's like a Maximus or something like that. It's got a lat pull down. It's got, what I'm using right now is kind of like almost a low row. It is actually the chest press portion of the machine. So it's got a weight stack on it. And then I think it's got a leg extension that, if you can see down there by my feet, I've got the leg extension bits. I kind of wedged my legs in between them to hold me in place, kind of anchor me. That way I was leaning down, like bending at the waist a little bit and leaning over so that I could get a big stretch on the lats. It was actually like a neutral grip bar. It was pointing 45 degrees down and away from me. And so I decided to use that because those ones on the outside just to the outside of my hands there, they were a little bit too far out. So when I was pulling in, it felt a little crunchy, especially at like the top of the movement. But I ended up doing 4 total sets of these low rows. And once I got the angle of it figured out, it felt really good. It was a really good exercise. I was able to, I think I was doing 16 or so reps, like 16, 15, 14, something like that. It's, it can be kind of difficult when you're used to certain exercises. It's not so easy to just jump onto a new machine and know, right away how much you're going to want to do or, what rep range you want. But if you're having to call an audible, the way I like to look at it is anywhere from 10 to 20 reps. If I can find a weight, of course, do maybe a little general warm up, just get a little bit warm, get the blood pumping, and then do some practice reps. You should be able to feel out by, do the full slow eccentric, do it just like you would do a normal rep. And you should be able to kind of gauge, okay, this is pretty light, I could do this a million times, or this is too heavy, I can only do this 3 or 4. Find that sweet spot and then try out a set, see how many you get and how difficult it is, and go from there. So those low rows, like I said, about 3 or I think it was 4 total sets, including one set that was a little lighter. And then after that, it was actually those bicep curls at the beginning. And I only had 10-pound dumbbells. So again, man, you got to be able to call those audibles and get that stimulus, even though, I could have paid to have a gym membership, but on this trip, we're in two different locations that are pretty far from each other. And then I would have to get two gym memberships, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to get there, how much it's going to cost, got to go there and back. And it just, with something like this, man, holidays, I want to be with my family. I want to hang out with my family and enjoy my time with them. So it's much better to be able to do something like this. I mean, look, this shot is so cool to me. I love being out there doing this kind of like gritty, using a big old log as my rest for my single arm dumbbell rows. It was pretty sick. And then that, super rusty, squeaky machine to crank out some low rows. And I think, yeah, that's all I ended up doing on it. The lat pull downs were a little bit too sticky on the eccentric. It kind of was like just gliding up. So, but the rows kept tension pretty much the whole time. So I think for these guys, these dumbbell rows, and I will mention, because these look like the same movement pattern, the low rows and then these. The only difference was the low rows, I was trying to emphasize the lats by doing that kind of lean over, pushing my hips back a little bit. And that kind of elongates my torso and lets me really stretch the lats out at the end of the movement. And then once I have that stretch, because I can feel the stretch so much, it helps me with mind-muscle connection on activating the lats to pull that row through, pulling the elbows back behind me. So that's kind of what I was focusing on with that movement. And then with these dumbbell rows here, it's a 30-pound dumbbell. I'm really focusing on using pretty much the entire back. And that's why I was doing I think it was 18, 17, 16 were the reps. And that's each arm. So I don't know. It might have been 3 sets, might have been 2. All I know is today, which I did this yesterday. Today I have delayed onset muscle soreness in most of the muscles in my back, for sure. My lats, definitely from those low rows, are nice and sore, but yeah, it worked. And it just kind of shows that, you don't need a gym. You don't have to have a gym and fancy equipment and stuff like that. Even if there were no dumbbells here, there's the folks that live up here in this place we're staying at are, they've got these big old logs. I could have pressed logs or picked up big boulders or something. Anything that I can do in that hypertrophy rep range it's causing the metabolite accumulation, the burn. I'm feeling, whenever I finish a set, I feel the fatigue, the blood that's rushing to those muscles. And yeah, it was just a really good time. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great holiday. It was really fun, heading out and spending time with some family, getting to see everybody. And then one of the things that's made traveling and just being out, moving and grooving all the time is being fit really does help. And having staples in your diet, things that like, okay, this is a solid, nutrient-dense food, like dates or bananas, sweet potatoes, tofu, whole grains, berries and stuff. Like, knowing what you need so that you can get to wherever you're going to be. You can make a grocery store run, pretty much exactly what you're going to need. You can, of course, have some variation here and there, especially during a holiday or something like that. I'm massing right now. I'm not going to be sitting there, gorging myself on horrible stuff, but I'm also not going to be super ridiculously strict about it and, not eat any sweets or anything like that. Now, when you're cutting, it's a different story, especially if you're prepping for a show. Then, it's game time at that point. You can do it, but if let's say, for example, if I was cutting right now, if I had a show coming up, I'm not going to be straying from my diet. Maybe once or twice during a week-long vacation, but I really wouldn't do it. But when I'm massing, for sure, there's no need to be extreme about it. So, got plenty of calories in, especially when you're traveling, you know. You don't want to get sick or anything like that. So, getting the calories in, making sure you stay hydrated, and then taking times when you can to get that rest and relaxation so that you're able to recover. Especially because usually when we go visit family, you know, once all the kiddos and grandparents and stuff are in bed, you know, it's time to hang out. You know, cool kids hang out and might be staying up late, perhaps having some particular beverages or something like that. And you want to be able to recover from that stuff, so that way you can enjoy your trip. You know, get your workouts done, still get 80% good nutrition in, solid stuff. The amount of protein I'm going to need, I'm making sure I hit that protein count every day. But other than that, no need to be a freak about it. Just trying to enjoy myself on vacation, and I hope you guys all had a great holiday, and looking forward to the new year. Can't wait to start. Got one more macro cycle of gaining, and then it's time to start getting shredded, folks. So it's going to get pretty awesome here in a little bit, but I'm going to head out. Hope you all have a wonderful day.